Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We've got 10 great stadiums to check out, so we're gonna jump right in. Our first stadium is Las Vegas SCL Stadium by Murph075. This park is located in Sin City, aka Las Vegas, Nevada. It holds around 26,000 fans when the venue is sold out, and get ready to watch the ball sail as this is at an altitude of 5,222 feet. Starting off in left field, you can pull up to the valet and park your car right underneath the DraftKings home run deck. Make sure to double check your waivers though, because the valet is not liable for any damages from impacting home runs. Over in right field, you'll find the coolest custom prop I've ever seen in Stadium Creator. He built a slot machine right above the bleachers which goes off when the home team hits a home run. And right next to it, you'll find a nod to myself as you can visit Sewell's Dealer's Delight and play some blackjack out on the terrace. Center field has a double-deck plaza located on top the batter's eye where you'll find some more concessions and a bar overlooking the fountains down below. There's also a team store next to the road leading to the valet drop-off area. This stadium looks fantastic at night and definitely captures all the Vegas vibes you're looking for. It even has a retractable roof for those games in the middle of summer. Great job on this one, Murph, and I appreciate the shout out in your build. Next up, we have a stadium from a guy we haven't seen in a little while. This is Cleveland Municipal Stadium 1980 to 1994 by Archmage Chemish. We all know Arch is a master at recreations, and this field is no exception. Located in Cleveland, Ohio, this retro build holds 56,000 fans and sits at Cleveland's altitude of 594. Starting behind home, Arch really hits the feel of the old school Coliseum style that was huge in the 80s. He also really nailed the roof with the pillars giving obstructed views to those in the nosebleeds. Every detail has been taken into consideration here, including the benches for the bullpens down the lines. The center field batter's eye is a masterpiece, using the scoreboard props to hit the blue corrugated metal look right on the nose. If you get a chance, you should really compare this build to photos of the real stadium to see just how awesome of a job he did here. And it's Arch, so of course he went above and beyond with the exterior and even added some of the landmarks around the stadium from the city too. Arch has once again outdone himself with his old school rebuilds, and he does it without any proper throwback props in the game. Great job once again, Arch, and I can't wait to see what you do in 25. Next up, we have a creator who I haven't shown yet, but who I think will become a regular pretty quickly. This is Z&B Industries Field by Ranger Man. This park is located in Mansfield, Texas, and seats a large capacity of over 50,000. It'll play realistically as the elevation is set to just 740. Starting off outside the stadium, we can see the detail that went into this whole build as it's complete with parking lots and full landscaping. Left field has an awesome water feature and can be viewed from the dining area overlooking the field. He also made a custom video board with the stadium name and advertisements of local companies. Right field also has a custom setup for the out-of-town scoreboard, and that's over some more waterfalls. There's also a giant glove to aim for as an added challenge to those long ball hitters. I also want to note the great work in the corners. He made some cover bleacher sections to break up the sea of green seats and give the corner a nice look. There's also a home run porch back in left field with a similar style that looks very cool. Center field has a great skyline, and the field comes together really nicely here. He also added on to the batter's eye while keeping the Texas Rangers architecture style. I had a lot of fun checking this park out on stream and finding all the little details. This is definitely a park you should add to your rotation. Awesome work, Ranger Man. Next up, we have the guy that brought you Bless This Mess. His latest creation is Grand Park, and it's by Great Scott, aka Scotty Warren. With the generic location of Your City, USA, this is another large stadium seating 54,000 fans. It has a moderately high altitude of 2,500, so you'll see the ball carry a bit here. Let's kick it off behind home plate, where he's made a very cool backdrop. It includes dual towers with balconies to view the game from, and topped off by plazas with fountains on each side. Right field keeps the similar features and architecture going, making an awesome cutout in the bleachers, and the glass really gives this park a modern feel. This continues over to the batter's eye, where he's used the back of the row house to give the wall a dark textured look and blended in some advertising nicely on each side. Eagle-eyed viewers will also note the fountains on top, with one of them sporting a canoe. I love the feel of this modern Coliseum and all the extra work that went into making this stadium feel realistic. You guys always find a way to give stadiums a unique look with all the props we're given, and I'm always taking notes. Great job again, Scotty, and keep the good work coming. Moving on to a more traditional build, the next stadium we're looking at is Pirate Park by Sympathy for Mario. This park is situated in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and seats 29,000. It also has a realistic elevation sitting at 1301. Kicking it off and left, we see the iconic spiral ramp from PNC Park located next to the left field bleachers. He did a nice job adding the advertisements to the scoreboard and topping it off with the stadium name. On the opposite side, you'll find Clemente Corner. There's a bar down below next to his statue, and on top there's concessions and bathrooms on the terrace overlooking right field. Then of course, what would Pirate Park be without a pirate ship? This prop is perfectly placed and is a great target for home runs to find. On the other side of the batter's eye, there's a home run deck, and that sits right in front of the Riverside Park that has a great view of the skyline. It's always fun to see a different take on stadiums for existing teams, and after I made Comets Field, I just might have to do this more often. Maybe I'll start a new challenge to build a minor league park themed around existing teams. Fantastic work on this one, Mario, and be sure to let me know when you have more parks ready to go. Our next park is located on an island. This is the Sherman Grounds by Pfizer. This park is in Canoeville, New York and has a minor league capacity of 8,300. It also sits just above sea level at 27 feet, so home runs will have to be earned here. The ballpark itself here is pretty standard for a minor league build because most of the work went into the island itself. Left field has a small amount of bleachers and a grass berm that wraps around the rest of the outfield. There is a canoe target just to the left of the batter's eye under the scoreboard below. The island itself is an entire city and looks straight out of Google Maps. There's everything from office buildings and apartments to city hall and parking lots. The tallest structure on the island is the Hall of Canoes beyond right field, and it might just hold an Easter egg inside if you take a look. This is a really fun build, and I've definitely gotten caught up in making entire cities as you guys have seen. Good job on this one, Pfizer, and make sure Phil has seen it if he hasn't already. Our next park is in response to Schmidty's Wild West Field from the last episode. This is Schmidty Manhunt Field by the wanted man himself, PFK Nunn. This park is coming to us from Justice USA and keeps on theme of mega parks, with this one holding almost 54,000. It also has a low altitude of just 100 feet. Behind home, he's used the Creole dugout as the entrance to the field alongside two burger vendors. You can also see how the seating is laid out with the 2 levels of suites above the club level. Center field is the main attraction here, and it looks fantastic with 2 levels of fountains cascading down from the concourse. There's also another fountain in the Hall of Fame circle surrounded by video boards. Outside the stadium is where you'll find PFK standing firm on the no canoe policy. He'll even go as far to confiscate and sell them off for his hunt for Schmidty. This is an awesome Coliseum style build, and the futuristic seats with the pink color give it a really fun look. The backdrop and center is done very well, and the skyline looks great. Nice work on this one, PFK. Next up is a stadium from a creator we've never seen before. He says it's his first stadium he's ever created, and it's Waterfront Park by Swizz Malarkey. This one is in Trenton, New Jersey, and is a concept of the minor league team Thunder joining the MLB. It sits at just 59 feet above sea level, so it'll take a moonshot to reach the river in right field. Starting in left, he's faced off the outfield nicely with shrubs and ivy. The corner has been handled perfectly with a restaurant featuring patio seating leading out to the stands. Right field features the River Horse dugout named after a local brewery. You can view the game at field level below the stands here, and up top you'll find Case's Pork Roll Porch. This is a famous pork roll brand out of Trenton that has sponsored this section. The right field corner has a few retired numbers featured in the ivy, and a building featuring 2 small decks of seating with the team store at the base of it. Great job using the clock towers to finish off the look too. Behind the batter's eye we see the Riverside Plaza. This features a wiffle ball field and a few dining options to grab food at. You can also view the game from the double-sided video board too. The park is lit up perfectly, and it does have that small town feel with an upgraded look to it. Swizz absolutely hit the mark of a AAA club moving up to the big leagues here. Nice job on this one, Swizz, and I hope to see more parks from you in the future. With 2 more stadiums to go, we're going to take a look at Ocmulgee River Park by Braves Fan. This updated park is in Macon, Georgia, and rests at an altitude of just 350. With a capacity of 30,000 fans, there's plenty of room for an MLB-sized crowd here. The left corner features some great landscaping to fill the gaps and has a few vendors at the back to grab some food at. Along the left field wall, there's a ton of bleacher seating with concessions at the back and a large video board in front of the convention center. The concourse diverts from the batter's eye and sinks down to a plaza with shops and a waterfall display. You'll also see nods to Phil and myself along the brick wall. Right field is right up against the river, but it'll take a good poke if you want to see a splash. He also built a nice little town on the other side as a backdrop. This is another great clean build from Braves fan and would make for an awesome expansion team park or even a large AAA field. Great job once again, Braves fan. Alright, we started with Murph and we're going to end with Murph. Our last park is Humana Stadium, Louisville. This downtown stadium is in Louisville, Kentucky and holds 34,000 fans. It sits at Murph's usual elevation of 5222. We'll start off by gate 1 in left field. You'll enter the park in a corner plaza near the bleachers and a few vendors enticing you with the smell of the grill as you walk in. The concourse is decorated beautifully and he's given the Humana building an awesome look by blending the hotel and warehouse buildings. There's also a row of suites just above the entrance and a small balcony off the top floor. This will lead you around the batter's eye where you can check out the view from the field down below or head over to the slugger shop by the center field gate. You can also check out the Roots 101 museum across the street or grab some KFC on top of the home run deck. Murph does it again with another awesome stadium with some really fun features and a super clean build. I really love the two buildings blended together in left and the realistic concourse. That's going to be a wrap on this episode of Stadium Center. I want to give a special thank you to our channel members for their continued support. Be sure to check out Stadium Center on Twitch and Instagram as well for live streams and previews of what's coming up. Thanks again, guys, for checking out these awesome builds with me, and as always, I hope to see you in the next one.